Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just came on to say good morning to everybody and to just chat with you just a little bit about God answering prayer. I don't know about you, but I'm a firm believer that if you trust God and if you would pray, seek His face, and ask Him for whatever you're wanting, He will provide it. Do you believe that? Listen, let me just share one of my testimonies with you. I'll try to share one that doesn't make me cry because I got my makeup on. I have tears everywhere, streaks across everything. But listen, here's what I want to share with you. This morning, I'm going to tell you about the time when I needed $10,000. Yeah, I needed $10,000, and it wasn't next week. It wasn't a month from now. We were closing on a house. I needed $10,000 in 24 hours. And I know you're probably wondering, well, girl, you didn't know you needed $10,000? I did. I did. I did not. I did not. Yeah. So here's the issue. It was a for sale by owner. And of course, for sale by owner is not a realtor. So the for sale by owner, he didn't know, and I didn't know. But when we got to the day before and everything went to the title company and they were trying to make sure that everything was in order, they told him that I needed to have $10,000 at closing. I was devastated. Needless to say the least, my we had put the money away that we thought we needed, and my finances wasn't set up like that. But because I'm a believer in God and I trust Him, here's what happened. Let me just tell you the whole story. I had had a dream some weeks before, maybe even a couple of months or a month. No, it was some weeks. It was some weeks before I had a dream. And in the dream, the mailman was going to be bringing the mail. And I was like impatiently waiting for the mailman to bring the mail because I was expecting something in the mail. Well, because I was expecting something in the mail, I just kept looking and I just kept looking. And the mailman came. I ran out. I looked at the mailbox. What I needed wasn't there. Whatever it was I was waiting for in the dream, it wasn't there. And I was so disappointed. And the mailman said, well, maybe it'll be in the mail tomorrow. And I was like, I needed it today. He said it'll be in the mail tomorrow. So I was like, oh, well. At the time, the dream made no sense to me, and it didn't really mean anything. So now let's move forward. So I got a call that morning, and the gentleman said, how you doing? Do you guys ready? And I said, now, what I tell people when I tell the stories, I'm not making fun of how he talked. That's how he talked. And he said, you guys ready for tomorrow? And I said, yeah, we all together. He said, okay. He said, well, I got some news. I was like, what? He said, the title company says you're going to need $10,000 for at closing tomorrow. I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, do you have it? I said, I do not. And he said, well, do you think you can get it? Can you borrow from somebody? I said, I can try. That's all I can say. So y'all, we went and we spoke to some people that belong to our church, older couple. I thought they were pretty stable and that they might have, a little bit put away in savings. We could borrow it and then give it back the next day because that's all we needed to do was pass it across the table. He was going to give it back to me, and then we were going to go ahead and give it back to whoever we borrowed it from, right? Okay, so we got over there, and unfortunately, they didn't have it. And they apologized, and I said, it's okay, but thank you. And so my husband and I left and went back home. I always put my meat in early for my family so that it could be cooking me real good and tender, right? So meat was in the oven, it was cooking, so I went in to do the side dishes. And I put some peas in a pot, and I will never forget, just as clear as day I heard, I was stirring the peas, and I heard the mailman say it'll be in the mail tomorrow. Yeah, I had to stop and look and let y'all digest that. Said the mailman said it'll be in the mail tomorrow. As soon as I heard that, y'all, the phone rang. When the phone rang, I heard the kids answered it. And, Mom, that's the man about the house. I said, oh my God. Y'all, what I did was I just went back in there and told the truth, right? He said, did you guys get the money? I said, no, I'm sorry. He said, well, I got something. I got something I want to, run across you and see if you guys want to do this. I said, okay. He said, my dad said he'll loan you the $10,000. I was like, I didn't say anything though. I just kept listening. He said, but there's only one catch. I said, what's the catch? He said he wants $100 because that's the interest that he will lose from the money being out of the bank. I said, done. Done. Y'all, listen here. I can't say that I really prayed about that. We're talking about God answering prayer. But come on, y'all. That house was my dream house. It was everything that I ever wanted. And let me tell you something. I was so disappointed that I thought I wasn't going to get that house. But when I tell you God came through, that next day, we met in the parking lot. He handed me the cashier's check for $10,000. We went in the title company. We closed on the house, passed that little $10,000 check right back over to him. He took it right on back to his daddy. I gave him $100 using his daddy's $10,000. Listen here. If y'all will just trust God. I told you that just to let you know that he will come through, even in the darkest hour when it looks like things are not going to work out. Stop and think about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. When they went into the fiery furnace, the one thing that they did say is, we will not bow before your God. So don't bow before another God. Don't give up your beliefs because of somebody else. Don't give up your beliefs and think that, well, I just think that if I would do what they say, then things will turn out better. No, a lot of times it'll turn out worse because you turned your back on God. So don't ever change your beliefs. Don't ever give in. Don't ever give up. Don't ever set down your standards. Whatever your standards are, you stand by them. Do y'all remember the young lady, and maybe, I don't know, some of you have heard of this, maybe never have, especially if you're younger, but there was a shooting at a school. It's been more than 10 years ago. But it was a young lady, a teenager at school, and they were coming in, they were shooting people, and they told her if she would go ahead and say that she didn't believe in God, that Jesus is not real. I'm not exactly sure how it was asked, but it was for her to turn her back on her belief in God to save her life. Do you know that young lady would not say that she didn't believe in Jesus Christ? They shot her. Yes, she did die. But you know what? You know where she's reigning with Christ because she never gave up on her belief. So regardless of whether it's going to be detrimental, whether you feel like, oh my God, I can't do that. Listen, he's done more than that for us. He gave his life for us. And for us, he came into this world so that we could be saved. Don't give up on your prayer life. Always remember, prayer is the key. Faith unlocks the door. So make sure that you got the faith and that you trust in God, and go ahead and keep up that prayer life. Have a great day.